If you want the gills, we got the skills right here at 302 Fishing. Good morning, guys. Welcome back to the channel here. If you're brand new or you're still hanging around and you haven't already done so, smash that subscribe button, click that notification bell. Give us a big fat thumbs up if you like any of our videos out there. Help us out with the algorithm so we can get recommended. And of course, drop a comment below. Let's get into this, guys. Absolute gorgeous day out here. So of course that means fishing all day today. Decked head to toe with Smith's Bait Shop, and you know that means one thing, guys. I got to come here for my live bait needs. I encourage you to come out to all these local businesses that are out here, guys. Help these guys get through the pandemic. Of course, when the pandemic is not around, of course, take care of these folks, man. They're the lifeblood, the heartbeat of our country right here. These small businesses right here. Smith's Bait Shop, guys, always kind, courteous gentlemen and lady that are in here all the time that take care of me each and every time that we come here. So we got baits, we've got tackle that's here, and of course they do custom rods. Doesn't matter what it is, guys. If it's all the way down to your micro, up to a tuna rod, these guys can take care of it. And of course, all your repair needs on those rods and reels that you have right there. But Smith's Bait Shop, guys, there's the phone number right there. There's the address. I encourage you to come down here and take care of these folks, man. They'll take care of you. We're gonna fish for a species that we normally don't go for a lot in the year, but I always at least try to go once or twice. We're not gonna name it until we get it there. We got a special bait that will allow these fish to get on the end of the hook. Also, when you come to local business, guys, these guys always have their finger on the pulse of all the fish that are around here, whether it be these lakes, these ponds, these rivers, and all these canals and brackish and saltwater. These guys know exactly what's going on with the fish out here. Walmart doesn't do that, so that's the benefit of coming to these local businesses. So we're gonna take our bait, we've got our rigs, and we're gonna go down about 15 or 20 minutes down the road here. We're gonna try to catch these species that we normally don't catch, and hopefully we catch a PB maybe, I don't know. But the size we're looking for is 8 inches or larger. So let me stop talking, let's get in the car, and hopefully if we're lucky, guys, we get some fish on. Good morning again. Welcome to my office right here. We're in a different style of fishing here. First and foremost, I'm gonna put the disclaimer out there. I am not the preeminent expert on tidal fishing, guys. So if I'm doing something wrong, or I should do something a little bit different, or you got any hints, drop it down in the comment section below, man. I'll take anything from anybody to help me be a more improved fisherman here. Today I'm coming out here for sport. We do have folks that come out here to actually fish for sustenance because this is a very popular fish to eat. We are gonna go ahead and spend our couple hours out here. Yesterday I tried to come out here and it was incredibly windy, at least well over 20-mile-an-hour winds out here, and super, super cold. Flash forward to the next day right here. Much more improved weather. The wind is far less than it was before. I'm actually looking here and I'm actually seeing mud minnows popping in and out over here. So that's kind of giving me a good sign that there's gonna be predators that are gonna be around that'll chase that bait fish, hopefully those white perch that we're looking for. We're gonna start off, guys, with a couple things right off the bat here before we get the line in the water right now. First and foremost, any self-respecting Delaware fisherman always knows at the beginning of each calendar year, January 1, not in the middle of the year to the middle of the year, January 1, buy your fishing license. I cannot stress 100% how important it is, especially on tidal waters, out on the seashore, out in those inlets, out in those bays that you're in, and of course your lakes and ponds. You must have it on you because fish and wildlife are out there and they will find you and they will penalize you big time, guys. So get out there, get that license. For residents, I think it's $8.50, and if you want a trout license, I think it's $2.50. But if you want to know all the costs, if you want to know all the species in Delaware, if you want to know all the state records, if you want to know the size limits and everything else like that, guys, there's a very small periodical that comes right out the beginning of the year at all of your local Walmarts, the bait shop that I visit, Smith's, or any of the ones that are up and down this state right here. You always get a yearly periodical that comes right out. It's called the Delaware Fishing Guide. This is this year's 2021, but each and every year this is always updated to let you know of the proper rules and regulations of fishing here in Delaware. So I will highly recommend you, if you're a novice fisherman all the way up to a professional fisherman, get this periodical. You can get it in hard copy right here, or I'll put the link below. There's the website right there you can go to. You can actually download this magazine in PDF form. That way you're informed of anything and everything fishing wise in Delaware. They also have one for the hunting too as well. What's cool about this too as well, a lot of these kids that get out here and fish all the time, they enter the photo contest that is involved with the Fish and Wildlife, and whoever number one is, whoever the grand prize winner is, gets put on the front of this magazine. So the kids get all excited, man, when they're chosen to be the winner. And of course they get the runner-ups in here too as well. But it's pretty cool. A lot of people actually collect these things, so you have to pick these things up early or you lose, guys, if you want the hard copy. So 2 things you should have gotten already: that's your license at the beginning of the year, that's your fishing guide at the beginning of the year, and the third thing you need to get, which comes right at the beginning of the year as well, but you should keep it on you year round if you're fishing, again, tidal waters, out on the shores of the beach, inlets, bays, and everything else, is the Delaware Recreational Fish Limits Ruler. Free. This one right here, unfortunately, is for 2020. If you notice, the ones for this year had to be returned because there was a printing error. There was a wrong size for fish on here, so they had to send it back to get it corrected. Now, they're not back yet, but once they are, I will definitely let you know that they're back in the Walmarts and as well the bait stores and everything else, so you're measuring a fish correctly. But for all intents and purposes, the fish that we're going after, the white perch, is marked correctly on this ruler right here. If you notice, it's the 8-inch mark. That is the legal size that you can keep perch here, and I think you can keep as many as you want. We got a lot of people here who fish for sport, but we do have people here who fish for sustenance. We have a lot of Amish that come in here, catch their fish, take it back at home, and feed their families with it. So it doesn't matter, guys, who you are, man. It's always a good time out here when you're catching these fish. They're spunky, and they love to fight a lot. Very, very rudimentary when it comes to fishing these fish, guys, and I'll explain that to you in a couple seconds. The next part is all about equipment. You do not have to go out and buy brand new equipment. You literally can get the stuff from your grandfather, your great-grandfather, your father himself, or you if you have one sitting in your closet, because everybody has one of these rods sitting there that they barely even use. This one in particular, I was actually working for a moving company, and this gentleman was giving away a whole bunch of rods, and I saw this one's perfect for catfishing. It's about a 6'6" Shakespeare. All you old heads know by the coloring on here, because all the writing's off of here, know that that's a Shakespeare rod. So it's kind of stout. It's a medium heavy. We've got a cheapy kind of saltwater-ish kind of reel. I would highly recommend that you get a saltwater reel rather than a freshwater reel, because again, you're dealing with all kinds of snags, bigger fish that are out here if you happen to be fishing for them, and you want to make sure whatever you have is somewhat stout and can bring these fish in right now. The line is cheap, guys. 16-pound trilene big cat hunter fishing line that you get right on the bottom shelf there at Walmart. That's all I put on here, guys. Some people like putting braid on here. That's fine. It's all personal preference. Either way, guys, you got to get it into your mind that you're gonna be losing rigs. It's gonna happen. So if you get pissy about losing things, then maybe this is not the type of fishing you should be doing, because it's gonna happen. Second thing you're gonna get, guys, fairly inexpensive, a high-low rig. The bottom of the rig right here holds the sinker. The other end ties onto the end of the line. And of course, you got your 2 parts right here that hold the actual hook that we're going to put on here in a couple seconds. Usually you can get these for 99 cents, but they ran out of them. So Smiths, make sure you make that happen for me again. And then of course, we have Snelled Hooks, guys. Number ones, that's what you want. Again, fairly inexpensive. These are what you're going to attach onto the section right here where that little loop is at. We'll show you that in a couple of seconds, how to put that on. This is the part that costs you money. It's the bait. This bait will catch anything in these tidal basins, out there in the surf, out there in the inlets, out there in the bays, man. This bait is phenomenal. And again, it lives up to its name, guys. It's called the bloodworm. These things are the most nastiest looking creatures ever. We haven't taken it out yet and baited it up, but you'll see exactly why they're so hideous and ugly. But one thing I will tell you right off the bat, if you haven't handled bloodworms before, be careful when you do handle them, because this one end here, which is that thick end, let me find right here, it's like the thick end right here, guys. It comes out with 4 pincers, and if any part of that catches onto your hand or whatever, you are going to be itching all day long, man. It stings, and it's not fun to have. It's happened to me a couple times, but these are the preeminent baits that are out here for these particular bodies of water out here. And you'll see why they live up to the name bloodworms when we get into this. Very, very expensive, guys. These are $13 for a dozen of these worms right here. I see people out here with 2 and 3 packs of these guys. I'm complaining because I'm paying $13, but I know these things will produce fish. And again, we'll get some out here in a couple minutes once we stop talking. The Snelled Hook, again, just big enough to go ahead and put inside of the fish's mouth to grab the bait. You've got your little loop that's right here on the end, and all you're going to do is get one of these sections here on the high-low, and you can see that tiny little loop that's right here. That's what you're going to put this through. So you're going to pinch, put it through the loop, and you can see we're past the knot here. We're going to take our hook, and you're going to pass that through this loop that's right here. And all you got to do is pull slowly, and you're going to make sure that you pull tight enough. And now that hook is on there, and this is going to float in the water just like this with the bait floating inside of the tidal water. And we're just going to repeat the process and put another one on. So both hooks are on the high-low. The last thing we have to put on here is the sinker. All right, so unfortunately with Smith's, the sinkers, when I went there, they didn't have any 2 ounces, so I'm gonna have to go a little bit heavy because the 1.5 ounces will not fit on this clip right here at all. So we're gonna go with a 3 ounce, which is kind of pretty good because it is a little bit windy out here and the tide is rolling at a pretty good clip. But all you do is put it right there on the swivel and then just put the clip back in, and there's your sinker right there. So as we reel everything up, this is what it's looking like right there in front of you guys. You can see the high-low action going on, and that's the way it appears in the water. The lines will be facing this way as the current's pushing it, so it's not going to be dangling down. But there's 10 bits of morsels we're going to put on the end here, and I'll explain to you where we're going to be casting in a second. Here's where it gets messy. We're going to get our bloodworms, again, trying to avoid the big end. But look at how nasty that thing looks, guys. This is the end you want to stay away from. That's the part that has the proboscis that comes out and bites you. When you cut into these fools, you're going to see a lot of blood coming out of here. You're going to get messy. See how the blood comes out? And that's what those fish are attracted to. So we're going to start with some small morsels right now, just to get things going for you. But let me get those 2 pieces of bait on, and then we'll get to casting. These things are very resilient, and it's very hard for these fish to try to get these things off of the end of the hook. So make sure you're hooking them pretty well. Wear old clothes. You're gonna get dirty. If you're a pussy and you're clean and you worry about that stuff, again, this is not the type of fishing for you. So we've got a rod. Where do we fish? Well, the main thing that we're looking for is calm areas to where you can throw your bait in, because the fish are not going to be in where all of the eddies are at. So you can see right out here where all those swirls are going on right now, and you can kind of see that the current's kind of flowing around in a back spin over here. That's not where you want to be at, because your bait's going to be moving all around all over the place. We don't want to cast right here. You can see how fast that water is moving, but what we're looking for is as we turn around, you can kind of see the water's calming down right in this section right here. That's where we want to throw the bait at, because these perch are sitting in the calm area and they're ambushing whatever's coming out of this tide, that eddy part and everything else like that. So I'm sure once we start casting in here, we're going to get some bounces on the line. Again, we got to contend with this wind. I have a wind to my back, which is kind of good, but it's never fun to have wind when you're fishing with sinkers and high lows and everything. But let's get that out there, guys. Let's see how fast it takes for us to get a fish on the end of the line. Let me check the tip here, because I think I'm wrapped around. What I would recommend to you is, if you never come out tidal fishing before, if you want to come out a couple days before and just kind of see where the low tide is, all I did when I first started off is I waited till the tide's all the way low and I took a picture of what low tide looks like, so I know where some of these structures are at, so I can avoid them. Because sometimes there's big old railroad ties, there's gigantic rocks underneath it there, reeds that break off, they're all over the place, and you'll see some strange stuff floating down the water here, guys, believe me. But let's get that first cast out there. Let's see how long we can wait before our first hit on the end of the line. Look, we already getting a bounce already, guys. Didn't take long. There's a hit. All right, we got a perch on, guys. Not even a minute. All right. Obviously too small, but again, the goal is to catch one over 1 pound. That is a doozy if you can catch one over a pound. The state record, if you're curious, is 2 pounds 9 ounces. Don't ask me what year it is, but if you go to that guide, it will tell you. But here is the target species that we're looking for. These things are super sharp, guys. Be careful, and especially right here, they'll flex out, man, and they'll cut you like a razor blade. But cool looking fish, guys, and they're very, very aggressive on these baits. But let's get that one on its way and see if we can get that big one. All right, this is a lot better than the last time I came out here. All right, out there into the calm water, let it sink. Close your bail. You can see my loose line right here, and I'm just gonna reel it till it's almost straight, lift it slightly, and that way it sits calmly back down into the mud down on the bottom of the river here. I've been hearing from the bait shop, which again is said is the heartbeat of our country right here. These small mom and pop bait shops, they know what's going on in these waters, and they listen to each and every fisherman that come out in here. And right now he's saying the best time to catch the perch are on the outgoing tide. There you go, look at that, man, that's a nice one. I think we missed him. Yeah, they're out here, guys, they're out here. I'm loving it already. So as the time goes by, the tide will shift, and you'll see these eddies shifting all around. The eddy will sometimes disappear from here and then shift over to that side. So you got to pay attention to where you see those calm areas. Again, same thing coming tide as well. You want to be right there in that calm area, as I mentioned to you, where those fish are going to congregate at. Let's go and reel this back in. Let's see if they got our bait. This is old man fishing right here. You don't have to go carrying a whole bunch of equipment and doing all kinds of crazy nonsense. All you gotta do is change the little nuggets on the end of the line and you're good to go. What a lot of people do is, especially on this type of fishing, because again, sometimes the bites are very, very subtle. You can't really sometimes feel it through the actual rod itself. If you notice, my finger is on the line right here. You can feel the fish first on the line before it even hits right here. So if you feel that tap on your line, yank that rod back. Surprised we're not seeing a couple people here over this bridge, because again, it is a very popular spot. I'm sure as the sun goes up a little further and warms up this area a little bit, you might get a couple people coming out here. Tomorrow, probably being Easter, you'll probably get a ton of people on this bridge because it's supposed to be nice and warm. One other thing I wanted to tell you as I'm casting this out here, a very highly effective bait next to the bloodworms that are very cheap, but if you want to put the effort out for it because it's free, a lot of these gentlemen and ladies that come out here, they fish with grass shrimp. You can get them right along the edges here, right where the reeds are at. Some people go to the inlets and dock areas, and they go ahead and get a little scoop with a little net, and they fill up a whole bucket full of them. But these perch absolutely love those grass shrimp. But for this episode here, I didn't want to put the effort through. I just want to go through what it is to try to come out here and fish for perch. My preference is bloodworms. I like using those because I think they're, again, a little more effective than the grass shrimp because they stay on a lot longer than those grass shrimp do. Oh my goodness gracious, guys. Did you see the tip of that line? Or tip of the rod? Oh my God. I got straight savage there. That's how quick they are. Oh, I think we got them. Did we get them? Looks like it. I can see the line swimming to the right. There we go. There we go. They're getting bigger, guys. That's what we want. But you can see how they flare that dorsal right out immediately. They want to mess you up and get out of your hands and get it back into that water. And you can see how they flare those gills out. See how it's flaring out? That's what you got to be careful for. Decent size. But you can see how long those bloodworms last. We've had multiple hits and the bait is still on the end of the line. That's how resilient that bait is. Again, you pay the price for these, but it's well worth it. There's always going to be a time where the water is slack. It's kind of even and flat, just like this. And right around that time is kind of when the fishing dies off a little bit. So I think we're getting ready to come into that, because right now as we came in here, it was pretty pronounced, the rapids that were coming out of here, but now they're starting to flatten out and calm down and everything. So we're coming on the last ends of that outgoing tide. So we're just going to be, like I said, it's dead calm right now. These fish are not kind of moving around right now. We had a few bites, and just all of a sudden it's kind of died off a little bit. But as I told you, things change around. You got this shifting over, and then if you look right here, you see how calm it is over there? A little more time, I might go over there and cast over into that calm area. Now we're complete calm. This is slack tide right here. All right, so while we're in the quiet time right now, one thing I failed to mention to you at the beginning is proper etiquette out on these tidal waters. This includes surf, this includes inlets and jetties that you're fishing on. Don't be a douchebag. If I'm fishing right here, don't be sitting right on top of me fishing your line right out here, because again, this water is moving. Your line is going to move across to my line and tangle up. Nothing is more annoying, especially when you're using braid and getting braided line all tangled up, because once it's tangled, that's it, guys. It's a little bit different when you're working with monofilament or fluoro. You can kind of work that out a little bit, but it's very, very hard to get that stuff out. But again, use proper etiquette. I'm by myself. I've got the lay of the land right here, so I'm good to go. But I don't own this area. So people are going to come here and they're going to fish. And usually the etiquette is 5 or 6 feet apart from each other. That way you got some distance to cast. You're staying well away from the lines and you're not getting all cut up and everything else like that. Some people fish the bridge. This is where I'm at right now. So you got the whole length of the bridge you can fish on, and then that part that juts out, you can actually fall down into that second section there where the dirt is right there and sit there. That's what I'm doing right now. And 2 guys can be on the end doing that. But again, just keep that proper distancing. Look for the verbal or visual cues, because some people won't talk to you, some people will talk to you. But if it's a little old codger that's out there and he ain't giving up that land, it's not worth the time to argue with him, because that guy's already made his bones here on these waters here, and he ain't gonna budge. So you just gotta give it up. Looks like we have our first fisherman or fisherwoman, maybe possibly, right over here at the end there. We're gonna wave hi and say what's up. And again, respecting their space and letting them fish right over there and do their thing. But we'll see how they're going to do over here. Like I said, it's kind of calm right over in the right-hand side, so I got a good feeling when they cast over there, they're going to start hitting some fish right over here. All right, I'm going to put my rod up here, guys. I'm going to stretch my legs out a little bit. Kind of get the blood flowing back in the lower extremities here. And I kind of let the person know that the tide changed here. Usually it's kind of courteous to let the person know right when the tide has changed. And then that way they know which way to fish the waters here. All right, so it's actually a lady angler that's over there, guys. So I let her know that the incoming tide came in about 20 minutes ago. She was very thankful about that. Told her what I caught. And then sometimes, like I said, people take perch home. I'm here for sport, but if I'm gonna catch something over 8 inches or so, I'll yell over to the other angler. If they want my keepers, I'll give them to them. So she said yes, she would like the keeper. So if I catch one, right in the bucket it goes, and she's gonna go ahead and have herself a nice little fish fry. So I'm trying to fish and talk to the Oakster at the same time, guys. Say hi, Oakster.
What's up, everybody?
Yeah, so I was talking to the Oakster here about yesterday, how crazy the winds were, man. It was about 20-mile-an-hour winds out there. So, again, there wouldn't have been no way I could come out here fishing on the tidal waters. But I tried to bass fish, and it wasn't fish on. There we go. We got one, guys. It's a decent one, too, whatever it is. I think it's a catfish. Oh, no, it's a huge perch, guys. A huge perch. Holy crap, Jason. It's a pounder. Looks like a pounder. There you go. You know that's done well, keeper. Come and get it. All right, man. What a perfect time to have Oakster call me and catch a big old perch, guys. All right, let me go ahead and lip him up. Let me weigh him real quick. He's close to a pound, guys. Easy. Poor Oakster, man. Everybody sympathize to him because he's got to work on Saturdays, so I feel bad for him. That's why he's not been on here too often. So Oakster is out there helping mankind, man, because he helps the underprivileged get their food and sustenance. So we want to thank him, Oakster, man. You're a hero. Over-exaggerated, half pound. But it's a really nice perch, man. I'll take a picture of it, Oakster, and I'll send it to you in a second. But that's clearly over 8 inches. What'd you say, bud?
I'm sitting here thinking, 1 pound white perch, good God, that thing's huge.
But let me go ahead and measure this up. Obviously, it's over 8. I think it's about 10 inches long, and that thing's fat. Look at the stomach, guys. That thing's been feeding up. But we'll put the perch down, as I mentioned to you, right down at the edge of the ruler. Put his tail out there, and this one is 10 inches long, guys, well within the limit. So we're gonna go ahead and give that to the young lady as I told her. All right, so we definitely got a keeper here, 10 inches. It's a ½ pound. I kind of over embellished on the size right here. As I mentioned, I saw the lady angler, which I was surprised by at the beginning because she had a hoodie on and I couldn't figure out, is that a man or is that a woman? I don't know. She took her hoodie off, so obviously I figured it was a lady angler. And of course I told her about all the tides and everything else like that, but I said, look, if you want my keeper, she can have him. She was absolutely interested. So Connie, this is the young lady angler here. She's going to go ahead and graciously take the keeper, and we know she's going to fry that thing up because that's going to be definitely a good meal. But what a beautiful perch, guys. That's a great size right here in the state of Delaware. But let's see if we can catch a pounder. We never know, man. But I'll keep an eye on these folks and see what's going on right there.
Thanks.
So there, Connie, there you go, love.
Let me make sure
And hopefully, if we're lucky, we got a new subscriber.
Okay, absolutely.
302 Fishing.
Okay.
All right, baby.
Thanks a lot.
All right. Enjoy. All right, so we've got our rod from off the other side here. We're gonna grab our bloodworms. I talked to Connie and the other person over there. His name is George. He's more than willing to be on the episode. And they're gonna graciously let me come over to their area because again, we don't have any calm eddies over here. So we gotta go to where the fish are at. And George has been getting a whole bunch of perch as well as Connie. So we'll walk over there. And the trade-off is, whatever keepers I catch, I give to them. So that's simple. All right, guys, the inevitable happened, man. Fortunately, I got him out quick enough, but that bloodworm got a piece of me with those fangs that come out. I wasn't paying attention and he got me. All right, guys, here we go. We're long bombing today here.
There you go.
There we go. Way out there. Oh, yeah. Touchdown. Oh, right off the bat already. Here we go. There we go, guys. Fish on. All right, it took me a long while to get a fish on, so thank you, Connie and George, for starting back up the action here. Feels like a small one, guys. I'm sure it is. But we'll see what happens when it comes close to us. But as soon as it dropped in the water, man, they were right on it. What do we got going on here, guys? Where's the fish at? How much line do I have out there? Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, oh, we got a perch on her and we got Connie's line. That's why you worry about fishing over people's lines. But that looks like a potential keeper. No, small, too small. Optical illusions, guys. Even these little ones got these little guts on them, man. All the fish, man. No matter what species they are loading up, man. Springtime. One thing I did not notice today, there are not a lot of mud minnows on the edge as usual here, because they're usually in packs here.
Yeah.
Wow, look at this. What the heck is wrong with that one? You see that, guys?
Oh my God.
Some kind of weird deformation there. It's all white. But she gone. I'm gonna build the muscles up today here. There we go. There you go. Look at that one, man. Another fatty, man. Wow.
Beautiful.
Let's see how much that one weighs, guys. That is a big one. Yeah, really nice. Look at that fat stomach on it, guys. Let's see what that weighs. Almost 3/4 of a pound, guys. That's a nice one. Hey, look at this guy, man. Just all over these people, man. Remember I told you about bridge etiquette? This guy's clearly not following it. All right, guys. Oakster got here literally 10 minutes, man, and he's already on a perch like this. We've been sitting here for an hour. I hate this guy. I hate this guy. Good job, Oakster.
Catching a fish, I don't know why. It's like the easiest thing in the world to do.
Good job, Oakster. It looks like George got a nice little caddy going on over here. Well, he's pulling it. Decent size.
No, it's a perch.
Is it?
Nah.
That's a caddy. False alarm, guys. Oh, he's got a bluegill too. Multi-species catch, guys.
Yeah, nice.
Look at, hold on a second. Let me walk over there. Look at this, guys.
Nice.
You got a catfish and a bluegill on the line at the same times, man. What are the odds of that? Great job, George. Think it's a keeper? All right, man. Oakster's back on again, guys. A little catty.
It's like right
Same one.
Right here is where the catties are. Right there. I gotta get by the rod so I cast over the catfish's head.
Check out the cool spots on that one, guys. Wow. That's pretty neat looking. Good job, Oak.
Thank you, sir.
Like I said, the Oakster is a fish whisperer, man. I've been here for multiple hours catching less than a dozen of fish. This guy comes here, he ain't even here 20 minutes. He's already got 8 fish already, guys. No joke.
They already know Thunder.
But all that matters is we got him back on the channel, man. It's been a long time, man. Long dry spell. There we go. Finally, guys, after like 19 years, finally landed into one. Now, he might have come off too.
Man, you better stop it all that myth.
Oh, no, it's pulling. It's pulling. What do we got here, guys? Oh, wow. Look at that one, guys. That's a nice looking perch. Another keeper. Go ahead and measure that out and drop another one there for Miss Connie. All right, we're going to get ready to go ahead and measure our fish here. Now I know what the white stuff on the perch is, guys. It's fish jizz. So 9 inches right there, guys. You can see it all over the place and all over my hands and all over my fingers here.
That's the most action you've had in months.
That's why I love them, guys. Yeah. But yeah, definitely they're mating out here, guys. So let's drop it in the bucket here for Miss Connie. And boom. Oakster's hooked back up again.
What
we got? Oh, look at this cute little guy, guys. Hold on.
It's a white perch.
Oh. Looks like Oakster's got a nice one here. Another cat, man. He's digging into the cats, man.
That's a little bit bigger than the other one there.
Yep. Get some Oakster. What do you got? What do you got there?
White perch, I think.
Yep.
It's a little nicer.
There you go.
I don't think it'll keep. We'll check it, but I don't think she'll keep. Miss Connie, we missed it by a 1/4 inch. She gone.
See if the Oakster and I, Miss Connie, can try to get a couple more here before we call it a day.
Dan, I am wearing your butt out.
I hear you, man. He's a slaughtering the fish today.
I'll tell you right now, this is definitely like a little white perch hole out there. There's just nothing really like that big. You know what I'm saying?
Oh my God. Whoa. That was savage. I thought Oakster was gonna snap his rod in half. All for the dink, guys. All for the dink.
All for the dink. My own YouTube channel. All for the dink.
There you go. We got him, guys. All right. Oakster wants one. He wants to go for the quantity. I go for the quality, guys. There we go.
That's right. Would you rather have 2 7-inchers or 21 mixtures?
All right, what do we got going on here, guys? He's fighting whatever it is. It's like probably catty. Oh, that's a monster perch, guys. Monster perch. Yeah, talk about quantity. Quantity all day long, brother. Quality is what I'm talking about, brother. You catch your little dinky doos.
Oh,
wow, I think that's the biggest one today, potentially, guys. Nice looking gut. Now it might be a 9-incher, I think, guys. But let's go ahead and get a good measurement.
there's another keeper.
Wow, there we go. Here come the big uns.
Moving in. There you go, buddy. Yep.
9 inches, guys.
9 inches.
Perfect. Miss Connie finally is getting into the big uns too.
Yeah.
Pretty, pretty. All right.
Wonderful.
This is what the White Perch Run is all about, guys. Nice old fatties. All right. You get them?
Yeah, it's not very big.
All right.
It's the traditional small ones that seem to be in that little hole out there. Look.
All right, there you go. Look at how blue it is, man.
Every time. Same
Pretty
one,
cool.
small.
Good job, Oak. All right, that wraps up another episode. We absolutely slayed the white perch today. It was a 4-person effort, but it was well worth it. I came out here by myself. I caught a few fish and it kind of started dying off. Then we got Miss Connie that popped up into the scene and then it picked back up again. So we caught our fish back and forth. Then it died off. And then Mr. George, who left a while ago, he was killing them right here out on this outside edge, man. All these little ones, and caught a couple keepers out there as well. But the big old fish started lighting up, man, as soon as the fish whisperer popped in, guys. The youngster. As soon as he got here, guys, he must have caught over 30 fish? 32. At least, yes. Oh my goodness. This dude was killing it. Wow, wow, wow. But Miss Connie, thank you very much for allowing us in your space right there. Oakster, thank you for coming in right now, sparking that whole episode, because we really definitely needed it. She and I and Mr. George were sitting there for a good long while, and it was getting kind of boring. We were getting kind of disparaged, but the Oakster man pulled it out. But this is what this White Perch Run is all about, guys, man. You come up in here, man, these fish hit one after the other, man, and then they fly out, and then they come back again. You just got to be patient. But I'm so glad that we can provide for somebody right here, because she's going to have an excellent fish fry, man. That meat is going to be awesome, man, and I know she's going to do it right. But we're going to get out of here, guys. Hopefully, you have a great Easter. I'm sorry about all the noise here. We're on a main thoroughfare, but hopefully Peter Cottontail comes down the trail for all your children right there to have a good old time getting those Easter eggs and eating all that candy and driving all the parents crazy. Oakster had to talk with his daughter. So if your kids are out there, man, sorry, the Easter bones, buddy, don't exist. But his daughter finally realized that, oh my God, it's made up. But hey, it is what it is, guys. You grow up, man. But we're gonna get out of here. If you like this video, guys, of course, give us a big fat thumbs up, man. Help us out on that algorithm. Help us continue to grow and get up on that suggested videos. Smash that subscribe button. Click that notification bell. Of course, drop a comment below. Oakster, Miss Connie, happy Easter. And as always, guys, fish on.